Jan Charles, Food Network star, television star, and chef.
To Jan Charles Thanksgiving, and here is Jan Charles.
Howdy, howdy, welcome. And I am not alone today. Of course, I'm never alone. I've always got a crew to help me. And today I even brought in some extras. So, Layden, you probably remember from last time. And we're joined by Nicole, and she's going to be giving us a hand. And that, of course, is Boudin, because he's always in the kitchen with me. And he doesn't need to be up here with his hand. All right? So why don't you exit with him? We're doing all kinds of stuff today, but what I want to show you is how to pull off a Thanksgiving and make it super delicious. But don't go killing yourself. It doesn't have to be hard, okay? So I'm going to show you a whole bunch of tricks on how to make all that happen. This is fat. However, a good portion of this is nothing but butter, because we added our butter to the top of the turkey, remember? And it does have a lot of turkey flavor. So we're going to build our gravy this way. We have a lonely breathing escape. Now, if you have a smaller bird or a smaller roasting pan, thank you, you can put that roasting pan right on top of the stove and make your gravy right in the pan. I didn't. My bird was too big, so just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Wait, so did you stuff the turkey? This turkey?
I stuffed the other turkey.
Not this one?
So I'm only using a few tablespoons of that dripping. I am going to save the rest of it though. And that's going to go back in my stock pot. Okay. So we're bringing this to temperature. And this is where we're going to talk about giblets. It's your favorite thing. Clayton never knew he ate giblets until this morning, wasn't
No,
it?
actually, I made plenty of giblets.
Good morning. Hey, she didn't smack me. Lamp wakes up like I do. She doesn't really want anybody to look at her or interact with her or what. All right, so let's talk about giblets for a minute. I'm going to move. Oh, I'm not going to move that. Okay. When you get your turkey, inside the cavity of the bird is often the turkey neck, and in the flap thing, where the neck actually was, that's a little paper bag, sometimes a plastic bag of bits and pieces. People usually throw the bits and pieces away. Well, we don't do that. We cover them with a little bit of water, put in a little bit of onion and a carrot and a little bit of celery. You simmer it. It's gross. It really looks awful. Can you see that?
They look
All right.
disgusting.
Well, this is old-fashioned giblet gravy. So then here's what you do. And this is one of the things I cheated and did last night. So we get rid of those vegetable pieces and everything else that's left in there, you mince it up, okay? So what you end up with is beginning to look like something that you might not mind eating. This is also, oh, by the way, if you want to know how to make dirty rice, here's one of your answers.
Wait.
Right here. And it's, yeah, you've eaten it.
I did it myself.
This is where you get the good stuff. All right, so we had a couple of tablespoons, maybe 4 tablespoons of the drippings, right? And we're going to get an equal amount of flour. People really have a hard time with gravy. And here is the simplest and easiest way to do it. So we're putting our flour straight into the hot fat, which some of it was the fat that rendered out of the turkey. Some of it was, actually more of it was the butter, but that butter has been flavored with turkey drippings, with the herbs, right? So we're going to let this cook a little bit for a couple of reasons. You, A, take this time to make sure that you have no lumps. And as you stir it and cook it, you get rid of that raw flour flavor, which is kind of gross. Nobody wants raw flour flavor, anything. Now, there's this whole big thing about you can put hot liquid into your roux, you have to put cold liquid into your roux, you have to add it all at once, you do it a little bit at a time. I know that there are official technical culinary rules to that. Let me tell you what works. I don't like rules, I like what works. So, this is the rest of our chicken broth, okay? And now we're whisked. Okay. I put a little bit. It's not shockingly cold chicken broth, but it's not warm either. I've always used cold liquids Oh, look, see? See how nice that's getting? Boom. And that's all there is to making gravy. See? The two problems people have is lumpy, which if you whisk from the beginning and you cook your flour in the fat first, it's not going to be lumpy. Or it gets too thin. And there's actually a really cool trick to thickening gravy if you've got your gravy too thin. That just means you added too much liquid. It's no big deal. All right, Blyden, can you whisk gravy?
Probably not.
And I'm going to go take a look quickly at that ham, because we're getting to the point where I can pull that ham in here and I can show everybody what the food looks like. All right, so. Ooh, it smells good.
That smell good.
It does smell good. Don't look at my laundry. Yeah, you're not allowed to show my laundry. You can show anything but laundry and dirty dishes. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted. And you know what? That's just about perfect. Brian, what are the chances of us flipping him? Actually, I know what we're gonna do. Hold on a second. Nope, you stay right here. Nobody move.
Get your toaster oven forks.
I'm gonna get my toaster oven forks and these things because I bought them at the discount store for $1 and I'll just throw them in the washing machine. So this is gonna be da-da, dun-dun-dun. This is where we're gonna throw him in the washing machine in a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna use that, oh yeah. Are we ready? That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Perfect. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Little Southern comfort.
You knew I had to do that. All right, so here are the goofy ones that touch food because these are the clean ones. And then don't let them go back in there. We'll just throw them straight in the wash. All right. I'd say he doesn't need but a couple more minutes. So let's come back in here and we're going to deal with our turkey and our gravy, and then we're going to put it all together.
Ham, turkey, mashed potatoes, casserole, whatnot.
Yeah. Look, see, you're showing my dish pile.
Whoa.
You're not supposed to show the dishes. I swear, I give you this rule every time.
And yet you cannot follow it.
Actually, the dish pile wouldn't be near as bad, but we do have lights up in here, which means instead of having access to the dishwasher and everything else, I'm just making a big pile.
Mother,
We'll deal with it in a minute. What?
so does this gravy look ready?
Let's see what we got. I think it's a little too thick. So you know what we do to fix thick gravy? Add more liquid. All right.
It looks like jelly.
Well, and of course, you know, there's. You can tell the 5-year-olds put away the silverware. It's all over the place. And then, what's the number one rule for cooking at all?
You have to taste it.
That's my girl. Did you hear what she said? You have to taste it.
I don't want to taste the giblet gravy, even though I want to. Want to?
Well, here's the thing about this. This was homemade chicken broth, right? That I made from chickens that I had roasted, but it was seasoned. And
Alright, that's ready.
the butter and the drippings were seasoned. So you have to taste because you don't know how salty that ended up with, right? This needs a little pepper. And did we get rid of the salt already? I lost the salt. Oh, there it is. Right in front of my face.
So what does the pepper do? Just add flavor?
That's just flavored, yeah. Salt and pepper,
Flavor.
awesome pairing. Yin yang, you know. I don't know.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay, and your little giblets
Okay, you can start it down.
right in there. Honey, this is the turkey gravy you've eaten every Thanksgiving of your life.
But it's just The first year I watched my mom put giblets and gravy, I didn't want to eat it.
But then you ended up eating
And
it.
then I was like, oh well, it's the Thanksgiving.
You know, that's the fun part about having kids is you can do all kinds of stuff to them, and they don't know about it until later. And then it's too late. All right, I still think we are a touch on the thick side, so I'm gonna put the last little bit of stock in there.
This
And then
turkey is so stupidly big.
it's a big old turkey.
It smells really good.
I don't remember what they say about how many servings. You know, there's a formula that you're supposed to be able to use. Like so many pounds feeds X number of people, which, okay.
Well, it depends on how much, which person wants to eat how much.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, so we're cutting this down. Just let it simmer and sit there.
It's a Jan Charles Thanksgiving.
You're gonna burn yourself on one of those dishes, son.
Well, it looks like a TV.
Yes, it will. Oh, I spilled gravy. I'm gonna come over here. I want you to see the gravy close up in a second because I want you to see the texture. I don't know, gravy doesn't have texture, does it? I want you to see the consistency. You have to be a little bit careful because we used a lot of fats in here. And if you let it boil, you're gonna separate, you'll lose the emulsion to a bit. All right, can you see the texture? Or the consistency is what I should say. Do you see that? All right, so let kind of the way it always should be. All right. We're gonna pretend I have a gravy ladle because we need some on the potatoes. And it,
It needs a little.
well, a ladle doesn't make a mess like I just did there. Wait and hold that for a second.
Mm-hmm. This is mine. There.
And then this goes here.
Make this
If you have a gravy ladle, you don't have a mess like I just made. Yeah.
But who cares?
And there goes there.
So.
And then
Thanksgiving dinner.
I carved with that fork, but I'm gonna use it. Okay, you ready? Ready to taste?
I can't taste it, so I don't.
You can get a fork.
You can't. Holding your plate.
Mm.
Making me.
Go to Thrill Billy Gourmet. Check out recipes today.